Hello, and welcome back to a new episode of the Leading Yourself podcast. Okay, as I'm recording this, there's about 45 days left on the year, and my brain is already nonstop thinking about 2025. And today I'm thrilled to talk about something that has the potential to change the trajectory of 2025 for you and for me alike. And that is the power of our circles and the kind of people that we choose to surround ourselves with. This episode today, I imagine you and I on a coffee shop enjoying a coffee as we are sharing our dreams for 2025. I'm about to share with you one of mine, something that it's been on my head, on my heart for some time, and something that is keeping me excited these days, and something I'm looking forward to in 2025. I can't wait to share with you. Welcome to the Leading Yourself podcast. This is your host, Carolina de Arriba. I'm an HR professional, health and fitness coach, wife, mom, and above all things, a goal-getter. In this podcast, we're going to be digging into all things leadership, professional and career development, habits, and relationships. This is a podcast for those who want to become the best version of themselves. Those who have big dreams and are willing to embrace the journey and put in the work to achieve them. My goal is to share with you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you in your journey. So let's dig into today's episode. Okay, typically here in the podcast, I share things that have happened to me, things that I've learned along my journey, or things that I'm currently struggling with, and sharing how I am tackling those challenges. Today, the vibe is going to be a little bit different. I really picture us sitting down, drinking a cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is that you're drinking, coffee for me for sure, and like dreaming awake with what is that I'm looking forward in 2025. In this time of the year is one of my favorites because I get to spend time in introspection, reflecting on the year that we're leaving behind, but most importantly, dreaming for the year that is to come. And for me, I do that with high ambition always. And when I'm ambitious, and yes, ambition is a good thing. Wanting something, dreaming about something is a good thing. It's something that has the power to bring you back to life. It's something that has the power to make you feel alive. So today I'm sharing with you a dream that I have for 2025. When I start thinking about what is the one thing that can excite me about 2025, what is the one thing that I can look forward to that I know has that potential to really change my trajectory next year, I go back to community and the power of our circles. Think about this. Your circle can either lift you towards your goals, towards becoming that best version of yourself, or it can keep you exactly where you are. So, as we're wrapping 2024, as I said, there's like 45 days left in this year as I'm recording this. And we start thinking ahead. I'm excited to share that I'm going to be launching a new community next year. It's a space designed for ambitious, growth-minded people who want to dream big and set powerful goals and support each other on the journey. And today I'm going to talk about why surrounding yourself with the right people can make all the difference. And again, I'm just dreaming awake and sharing with you my dream and the why behind it. So let's dive into why our circle impacts us so strongly. You might have heard the saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This idea speaks to how influential our relationships are on our mindset, our habits, our overall outlook of life, right? When we spend time with people who are driven, positive, focused on growth, that energy is contagious. It encourages us to strive for more, to challenge us to keep going, and makes it feel natural to keep aiming higher. On the flip side, if your circle is filled with people who are often negative or complacent, that energy can also rub off on us, making it feel like growth and ambition is quote unquote too much or unnecessary, right? And over time, even the most motivated person can lose momentum if you're not supported and encouraged. So, as we move into 2025, I want to challenge myself and really all of us to surround ourselves with people who are on similar growth journeys, people who aren't just focused on their own success, but are genuinely invested in seeing others win too. Think about how powerful it could be to have friends or colleagues who cheer you when you win, who share insights with you, who aren't afraid to push you out of your comfort zone. Imagine a group that truly embodies growth and positivity and accountability. When those qualities become the norm, it's not only easier to stay focused on your goals, but it becomes exciting to work on them together. As we think about the year ahead, let's take some time to really evaluate who we've been spending time with, and if necessary, look for opportunities to connect with those who inspire us. This doesn't mean cutting people off, but rather expanding our circle in a way that aligns with the direction that we want to go. One thing I'm incredibly excited about this community is the emphasis on setting ambitious stretch goals. And most importantly, seeing real progress. Goal setting in its own is easy, but staying consistent, taking daily action, and remaining accountable, especially as life gets busy, it can be a real challenge. This is where a supportive circle can be a total game changer. Imagine this. You set a big goal, an exciting goal, and instead of being on your own, you have a group of like minded people rooting for you every step of the way. You have people checking in, asking about your progress, celebrating each milestone with you, whether it's big or small. In this community, setting big, bold goals won't just be encouraged, it will be celebrated. I want to create a space where we're all inspired by each other's dreams and achievements, and where we hold each other accountable to do the hard work day in and day out. This community isn't just about dreaming big, it's about creating the conditions to make those dreams a reality. Think of the momentum that builds when everyone is actively working on their personal and professional goals, inspiring one another to stay committed, even when motivation waves out. And one of the most empowering feelings in the world is to have people who genuinely believe in you, who can see your potential, even when you're filled with self-doubt. Haven't you feel like that sometimes? Like you don't have enough self-confidence, belief on yourself. And in those situations, you can borrow it from others. In this community, I envision a space where we are that support for each other, where we lift one up and remind each other of our unique strengths. You know, growth isn't always easy. That's for sure. It's often uncomfortable, uncertain, and filled with moments where we question if we are really capable of reaching our goals. During those times, it's easy to pull back, to shrink into the familiar, and to second guess the steps we're taking. But imagine a space where when those doubts creep in, you have a network of people ready to remind you not only of your goals, but also of your drive and your abilities. In this community, I want us to create an environment where everyone feels safe to share their big dreams and bold ideas. We're here to push past any limits that might be holding us back. Let's be the friends who remind each other of all the possible, and people who ask each other, why not? And why not now? A lot of times we lack that courage to take that first step. Imagine that this circle can give you the courage and that little push that you need sometimes to take action, to take that next step. Believing in each other is about being genuinely interested in everyone's success. Means celebrating the wins and being there when things feel tough. This support becomes the fuel that keeps us going. We'll be a sounding board for each other's ideas, a source of motivation, and a reminder that no one has to walk this journey alone. Together, we'll make sure each of us has the courage to keep going when things get challenging, knowing that we'll all be rooting for one another every step of the way. How does that sound to you? I'm dreaming awake of what I ambition this community to be, and I'm just feeling excited, truly excited, because this right here is one of the things that I probably can use the most, right? For me, one of the most empowering feelings in the world is to have people who genuinely believe in me. Because when I feel that others believe in me, then my self-doubt, my lack of courage, all of those things, I can look past all of that. I can borrow the confidence and the courage from the people who believe in me. And sometimes it's just a matter of having that safe space to share your bold ideas and your dreams and have people who, instead of shutting them down, which just reinforces any kind of self-doubt that you had, imagine being surrounded by people who celebrate that, who encourage you to be bolder, to push through, to get to your goals. For me, that is a dream come true, because I really believe that if we all had that kind of a community, we will grow so much faster. We will achieve so much more. We will get so much further. Now, let's talk about what it really means to think bigger and challenge our limits. One of the most powerful ways to expand our mindset is by surrounding ourselves with people who dream big, who take bold risks, and consistently strive to push beyond the ordinary. It's like a spark that lights something within us, reminding us that more is possible. When we see each other breaking barriers, it opens our mind and builds our courage. This isn't about competition. It's about shared inspiration. Think about how motivating it is when you see a friend or a colleague reach a significant milestone. Their accomplishment is a signal to everyone around them that it can be done. At least that's how I see it. In 2025, I envision creating a community centered around this kind of growth, a space that celebrates progress and supports one another's ambitions. When one person hits a new goal or a new level, they encourage others to follow. I want us to keep pushing past our own boundaries, stepping out of our own comfort zones, and expanding what we believe is achievable. Remember, true growth happens when we're willing to push against limitations, when we challenge our usual thinking, and when we allow ourselves to be inspired by others on similar journeys. So let's commit to thinking bigger, not just for ourselves, but for each other. This way, our progress in 2025 will feel like a shared journey of empowerment and possibility. Now, one more thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about one of the most fulfilling aspects of any community that is rooted in growth, and that is lifting each other up as we move forward. Personal growth isn't just about individual success. It's about creating an environment where everyone feels supported and encouraged to pass past their limits. Here's a unique power in sharing our journeys with people who are just as invested in our success as we are in theirs, right? Think about this. When you see someone else achieving something incredible, it's not just only inspiring and energizing. That energy becomes fuel, a reminder of what's possible when we work together. So in this community, I envision a culture where we're all each other's cheerleader and at the same time, each other's challenger. Celebrating wins, no matter how big or small, is going to be the cornerstone of a space. Here's so much value in saying, I see what you're doing and I'm proud of you, because it builds a foundation of trust and genuine support. And when we hit roadblocks, I want us to feel safe leaning on each other. That could mean sharing resources, giving advice, or sometimes just listening. Growth isn't always easy, as I said, and setbacks are a part of the journey. We know that for sure. But knowing that there's a group that has your back through those moments makes all the difference. And as we share resources and ideas and insights, we're all collectively enhancing our own path forward. That works for one of us might work for someone else too, right? So we each bring unique perspectives. We all bring our own strengths to the table, and by sharing openly, we raise the bar for everyone. In this community, I want us to create that ripple effect. When we support others, we are also fortifying our own growth, because a win for one is a win for all. As we grow, I ambition us committing to lifting each other up, knowing that by doing so, we're not just reaching new heights individually, but we're elevating other people. And that feeling of being part of someone else's journey to success is so fulfilling. That is one of the reasons why I keep doing this podcast, because I get so much fulfillment when I hear one of you telling me that podcast was for me, that thing that you said really helped me. Imagine that you can do that with others, and you don't have to start a podcast for that. You just need to be surrounded by like-minded people where you have this as a norm of your interaction, as a norm of your community. Imagine how much you can accomplish when you're surrounded by a circle like what I just described versus on your own. Just imagine how much more can you achieve? How much more can you grow? How much more can you accelerate your development if instead of trying to do all the things by yourself, you were part of a community like the one I just described? So as you think about 2025, I want you to ask yourself, what kind of circle do you want to be part of? If you're ready to set ambitious goals, support others, and embrace a year of growth, I want to invite you to join this community. Together, we have the power to create a space that's about elevating each other and evolving into the best versions of ourselves. And if what I described to you doesn't feel like it's what you need right now, I just want you to encourage to look at and evaluate your current circle. Is your current circle elevating you and pushing you to grow, or is holding you back and keeping you where you are? I want you to ask yourself that question. And if the circle you're currently are part of, it's holding you back or is holding you in place and not allowing you to continue to grow and evolve into that next version of yourself, I want you to encourage to think about in 2025, how can you be more intentional about surrounding yourself by people like the ones I described today, like the ones I want to invite into this community. Now, you might be thinking, okay, and how is this community going to work? All that sounds great, but how is this community going to work? Well, this is what you can expect of this community. We will meet monthly. We'll have monthly mastermind sessions. We will start each month with this live session where you get to connect with like-minded people, where you get to plan your month, to set goals for the month, intentions for the month, and then we can learn together. We can share resources. We can support each other. We can talk about different challenges that different people in this community are having and addressing them together, learning together. Because as I said, what one person might need, I'm sure other people might need as well, right? So we also is this power of our community. So I am actually creating a physical community, virtual community, where you can connect with like-minded people inside this group that can support you, that can challenge you to reach your full potential. So the first component is monthly masterminds. Imagine a big Zoom call or Teams call or whatever platform call where we're all coming together and we're taking some time to plan our months, to set intentions and goals for the month. So we are constantly looking to gain clarity and be intentional about how we move forward, but also a space where everything that I described to you comes to life. Then the supportive community that pushes you forward, right? And we'll have a virtual community, a group where we can all interact, because I would imagine we're all going to be in different parts of the world. And that is just going to bring so much richness to this community. And then another component is access to resources to help you grow, right? New mental models, new frameworks that helps you stay motivated and focused, presence center, productive. Imagine every month getting access to different tools that helps you in your own journey. So that is my vision for this community. And of course, we're going to be leaning into external voices as well. So I'm bringing external voices into the community, people that are role models in the space of personal growth that can pour into our cups every single month. That is my vision for this community. And I'm super excited. I mean, what I just described to you is what it's been on my head and my heart for the last months. And as I'm starting to think about next year, I'm like dreaming awake with you. This is a vision that I have. And here's how I typically operate. I have this vision and I might not know in the moment when I'm having this vision exactly how it's all going to work, but I always figure it out. And because it's always been like that, I trust that this is going to be an amazing project for 2025 that is going to help all of us. And you are invited to join the community. I will put a link to the page where you can find the information and join the community. It's completely free. There's no cost to join the community. So if you're interested, if this sounds like something that you look to have in your life next year, I encourage you to check it out. And if you are as excited as I am about this journey, stay tuned for more details on how you can get further involved, right? Right now, just go there and join a group. There's nothing there yet. We're going to build it together. And as always, please share your thoughts, tag me, and let me know one goal you're setting for 2025. I think we have the potential to make 2025 the best year yet together. This community is going to be all about embracing growth, pushing limits, lifting each other up. So here is to an empowered, lifting year ahead where we're all together in this growth community. I hope you're feeling inspired by listening me dream awake. And I hope that if you share this vision with me, you join me in 2025. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I can't wait to talk to you again next week here on the Leading Yourself podcast. Okay, my friend, that's all I've got for you today. But before you go, 2 quick reminders. Number 1, if we're not already friends on Instagram, let's get connected. You can find me as Leading Yourself Podcast. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am incredibly grateful that you're in this journey with me. I want to leave you with one last thought. I want to remind you that you're destined for more and that every step that you take brings you closer to becoming that best version of yourself. Embrace each day as a chance to learn, grow, and chase your dreams. The world needs you to shine brightly, so go out and show up fully and authentically. Take care, and I'll see you next time.